Okay, next we're going to go ahead and step through some of the features and controls of the remote and show you how it affects engine operation. Okay, the first thing we will do is go ahead and apply power. And when you apply power, and if you're using DC power, if you have polarity correct to the engines, you will hear two relay clicks within the engine. That tells you that that polarity is correct. If you're running under AC power, you will hear two clicks irregardless of if polarity is correct or not. If you want to understand more information on that, you can go to my DCS tips page, and it will give you an overview and explanation as to all of that. Alright, first thing you'll do is once you've applied power, you will notice that you hear the relay clicks and the engines stay put. They do not move. DCS equipped engines can operate in both command mode, which means that they are set to run under digital remote control, or they can run under variable track power. And if you apply power to the track with a TIU connected, as soon as you apply power, the TIU sends out what they call a watchdog signal, and this signal is sent out so that any engine that's on the track gets the command and basically tells it to stay put, do not power up, and do not start up and try to run, because you are going to be receiving commands from the remote. So we'll go ahead and power up the remote control. In this case, I don't have any engines added in the remote, so we will step through on how to add an engine. So you will see that these 5 buttons here are the soft keys, S1 through S5, and you will see above each of those soft keys is a 3-letter indicator to tell you what the soft key is currently being used for. And in this case, we're going to need to utilize S2, which is for setup, and we're going to want to add MTH engine. Add MTH engine. Just so you know, TMCC is the Lionel control system. And to accept each command, I'm pressing the thumb wheel down. Alright, there's the first engine has been added. And that is the Santa Fe 464. That's the MTH engine. So now that it's been added, I actually could start the engine up by pressing the number 3 button. But we're going to go ahead and add the other engine real quick. So I'm going to press the engine button, then press setup again, add engine, add MTH engine. And there's the other engine added. So just like with the MTH engine, I can choose to press the number 3 button, which is for startup. And you can issue commands like blowing the whistle, the bell, to get the engine to move forward. You can rotate the thumb wheel up to increase the number, scale mile per hour. To slow it down, you can rotate it down. To change direction, you press the red button, the direction button. Press up to increase speed. Now if you want to stop quickly, you can press the direction button, and it sets the scale mile per hour down to 0, and then also changes the direction on the engine. So by pressing that, I've now set the engine back to forward and can now move the engine forward again. Now to shut down, if you want to go ahead and silence the sounds and everything, you can press the number 6 button. will go quiet. Now, even though the engine is quiet, you actually still can control it. If you wanted to make the engine go forward or backwards, or control the direction, you can still do that very easily. Okay, now if you want to actually select a different engine, you can select the engine button, and then you use your thumb wheel to select the engine that you see, and you will notice that you have two engines listed, USA Hudson and then the Santa Fe 464. Those are currently the only two that are in the remote, and that are the only ones that are on the track. You can actually have up to 99 engines stored in the remote, and any engine that is not on the track after you've hit the read button, which we'll explain later, any engine that is not detected or not on the track will be listed in the inactive engine list, which will basically be below the inactive engine list line item. What this allows you to do is to keep all of your active engines up at the top for quick and easy access. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and select the MTH engine, which is now changed to it. And I'll hit start up. And in this case, I'm getting a maintenance required message. And what this does is it's basically telling me that I need to perform maintenance on the engine, go ahead and lubricate the rods and the wheels, etc. All ProtoSound 2 boards have that feature for maintenance, and essentially it keeps track of how many scale miles the engine has been run, and when you've reached 1,000 scale miles, it will then give that indicator every time you start up the engine. So we'll go through here real quick. And access the maintenance item, which is 37. Once you've done your maintenance, you can press the reset button, and it has reset. So now if you select the maintenance item, it says here maintenance required in 1,000 miles. So as the engine runs, this number will count down. And to go back on a menu, to go back from a particular menu item, you can hit the menu button and it brings you back. So here we are back to the main menu on the remote. So again, you can rotate the knob up to get the engine to move forward or to move, and then rotate it down to get the engine to stop. As long as you haven't hit the direction button, if you go to rotate the thumb wheel up, it will move forward again, or move in that same direction that you had before. As soon as you hit the direction button, you will actually hear a relay click inside the engine, and you will be able to get the engine to move in the opposite direction. Okay, to give a general overview here of the remote though, you have 5 what they call soft key buttons, S1 through S5, and as we've already seen before, these soft keys can be used for a variety of different functions depending on what area you're at and what function you're trying to do. Generally speaking, that when you're looking at engine control for a particular engine, you will see that you'll have basically 3 different types of options. Ones that start with a D, like DOD, which is for DCS odometer. In other words, that's for odometer information. This is for CH, which is for chronometer. S is for sound, so this is basically a sound sequence number 3, a sound set sequence number 3. You have a more button, which brings you to another separate menu of 30 to 40 different menu items, and you have this arrow here for S5, which allows you to scroll through all the different soft key options. So SCS is for sound, couple, or slack. If you press that button, the next time you move the engine forward, it'll play couple or slack sound. S01 is, again, this is a sound set number 1. In this case, and on some of the some of the newer sound files, S01 is a short retort on the whistle. So what that allows you to do is that if you're wanting to simulate a railroad crossing whistle sequence, you can do that yourself with the remote by pressing the whistle button. Okay, and next are like for LIN, that is for the interior light. This allows you to turn the interior light on and off. And SI1, in this case, that stands for idle sounds, which is basically just another sound sequence.